The reason you're getting hung up on when you dial leads is you sound like everyone else, right? You just sound like you're someone that's trying to sell them something right when you get them on the phone, or you sound like you hate your life. And no one wants to talk to someone that hates their life and is trying to sell them something. So you have to be different, right? And in any industry that relies on leads, when you call someone, they're getting blown up. Whether that's from you or someone else, they're getting hundreds of calls a day. So you have to be different, right? So the biggest thing that I teach when we're dialing new leads to my new agents is the tone or your pitch, right? Tone, the pitch of your voice. So this is the most important thing when you get someone on the phone, okay? So how I start off a call is I get them on the phone, okay? It's ring, ring, and they say hello. I said, hey, John, it's Bailey. I was wondering if you could help me out with something real quick, right? So right then and there, the first thing, I'm a little confused, concerned. So confused, concerned. Hey, I was wondering if you could help me out with something real quick. That's immediately what I say, right? And right when you ask that question, it's going to disarm them if they think you're everyone else. You're going to be like, okay, who is this? Or they're going to say, sure, what's going on? And that opens up the door. I'm not getting hung up on. So I'm not starting it off at, hey, John, it's Bailey. I saw you were looking for some health coverage. How can I help you out? Or, hey, John, it's Bailey. I do health insurance. I do life insurance. Who are you looking to insure? Right then and there, if they've already found it, you're getting hung up on. If they're tired of the phone calls, you're getting hung up on. So you have to be different, right? So ask them a question. You're confused, you're concerned. You don't know why you're seeing their name on the list. You're just trying to help them figure it out, right? So, hey, I was wondering if you can help me out with something real quick. They say, yeah, sure, I guess so. You say, okay, cool. So I'm seeing your name and your number here, and I'm not really sure why. Were you looking for some sort of coverage, maybe life, health, auto at some point? Again, concerned. You don't know why you're seeing their name. You're trying to help them figure it out with you. That's when they'll let you know what's going on. They'll say, oh, yeah, man, I was, but I already found it, right? Awesome. So then you go into, okay, great. Happy. You're happy for them, but not too happy, right? Okay, great, man. Hey, I'm glad you got it figured out. I don't know why I'm still seeing your name here. It shows that you're still looking for it. Who did you end up going with, right? You got to ask them who. So you need to find out what kind of plan they went with, right? So who they went with. Who? So confused. And you can give them a reason to why you're asking that question too. You'd be like, they're supposed to take your name off. It looks like you're still getting a bunch of calls. Is that true? They'll say yes, of course, because you know they are. Then you can say, yeah, usually the bigger companies take you off of that list. Don't know why they didn't. Did you go with someone small or did you go with the bigger company? Then they'll tell you, right? And then you can kind of open the door into that and you can keep going further. So the reason that this is important, who they went with or what product they went with, is because they might not know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing or if that's the right product for them. Because you're the expert, you have to figure that out for them. You have to help them understand, right? Because a lot of the times they just go with the first person who calls them. And it doesn't matter if you caught them in a good mood, that's what they went with, or if someone just lied to them and got them something good, that's what they went with. A lot of the times that's what happens, right? So once you can figure out who they went with, you can break it down into, well, is that good enough for them or not? That's based on price a lot of the times. When it comes to what I do, health insurance, health is another one, right? Or network, right? So these are pretty big things, like the cost of it, whether they're healthy enough and it'll cover what they need, or the network, they can see the doctors they want to. A lot of the times people find something, it doesn't cover these, they just got them on the phone and closed them. So when you figure out who they went with, and you have to do it tactfully, but when you figure it out, you can explain why they're in a good spot, why they're not in a good spot, and educate them on what they should be going with or how you can help them, right? That's the most important thing. So starting from the top, you have to be like this, confused, concerned, because it disarms them. If you're confused and concerned with them, then they think you're on their team. You're trying to figure something out. And then if they did find something already, be happy for them. Hey man, I'm glad you found something. It looks like you still need it though, on my end. They're supposed to take your name off the list. Who did you end up going with? And that's to figure out right here who, and then whether or not they're in the right spot.